Hello everybody, it's Sarah here from Inclusive Fitness. Today I'm here to talk to you about making adaptations when teaching physical literacy or a regular PE class. It's important to remember that when you're teaching groups, you're going to have a variety of skill levels. You might have some children that have already mastered the skill that you're trying to teach while others are just learning. When making adaptations, it's important to remember the age of your participants, everybody's developmental level, and their skill level. When we're teaching groups, we want to ensure that each participant is at their optimal challenge level. When we provide an optimal challenge, participants will experience more success because they'll be starting at their own baseline and working from where they're at. They will also feel more confident because they're going to be making progress versus struggling at one stage. And they're going to be more likely to want to participate because it's fun. If participants are not experiencing an optimal challenge level, they may become bored if the skill is too easy and they won't make progress, or they will become upset or frustrated because they are not able to master the skill. This will decrease their motivation to participate. As you begin teaching a skill or describing a game, it's important to already have a set of adaptations in your head so you can think on the fly. When we are looking at making adaptations in a group, we try to stick with a 2 up, 2 down kind of rule. When we're making 2 up, 2 down, it's important to remember the natural progression of skill development. So knowing where a beginner thrower or jumper is and knowing what all the different stages are after. When I'm teaching a game, I like to present 1 up and 1 down for the kids to choose. So I'll describe the game if it's something where they get to individually work on their skills, and I'll say if you want more of a challenge, here's a way to make it harder, or if the skill is too hard, you can try doing this first and working up to the skill. That way it gives them a little bit more control over their own learning as well. So for example, when teaching throwing to a target, 1 down, if a child is struggling, 1 down could be bringing the target down closer to where the child's arm naturally goes. A 2 down could be moving the child closer and then slowly backing them up as they're gaining confidence and they're hitting the target. To make it more challenging, 1 up could be moving the child back, so if they're hitting the target every time and getting bored, you can have them take steps back until it becomes a challenge. Or as a 2 up, you can have a partner moving a target around as they're trying to aim for the target. When making adaptations, it's important for the instructor and the support staff to encourage and support children to start where they're at. If a child is struggling, provide lots of praise and positive reinforcement, and encourage children to naturally progress. You can also make modifications or adaptations for group games so that every participant playing is playing by modified rules. So sometimes if you're playing a tag game and you find players aren't getting tagged as frequently, you can decrease the size of the playing area. So if they're playing line tag and you're using the full gym, you can set up cones and designate areas that they have to stay within, so it's harder for them to get away from the taggers. You can also make rule modifications. So if you know that you have a group that might struggle with having a lot of rules in games, you can eliminate some unnecessary rules or modify some rules to make the games less complicated. It's important to remember that you're coordinating a large group of varied skill levels. So when you're playing a group game, you have to find a middle ground where the game is challenging enough, but not so challenging that you have participants that are not wanting to play or don't find the game fun. So I hope that helped, and I hope you're able to make effective adaptations for groups or for particular participants. If you have any questions, comment below. And remember to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. See you next time.